The brave little squirrel in a big green forest full of tall trees and winding paths, there lived a small squirrel named Sammy. Sammy was young with a bushy tail, bright eyes, and soft brown fur. Though he was small, Sammy was full of energy and loved to explore every corner of the forest. He had many friends, birds, rabbits, and other squirrels, and they often played together in the sunny clearings and shaded woods. One day, while Sammy was gathering acorns to store for the winter, he heard a loud noise coming from the far side of the forest. He paused his ears, perking up. The noise was strange and unfamiliar, unlike anything he had ever heard. Sammy was curious, and even though he was a bit nervous, he decided to go investigate. As he ventured further into the forest, he met his friend Bella, a wise old owl, who lived in a tree nearby. Bella noticed the worried look on Sammy's face and asked, "Where are you going, Sammy?" "You look a little scared," Sammy explained. "I heard a strange noise, Bella. It's coming from the far side of the forest, and I want to see what it is." Bella nodded thoughtfully. "Be careful, little one. The far side of the forest can be a dangerous place, but if you're brave and pay attention, you might learn something important." Encouraged by Bella's advice, Sammy continued on his way. The further he went, the darker and quieter the forest became. Soon he reached a large clearing where he saw something he had never seen before: a huge, tall object with sharp teeth and spinning arms. It was a machine. Sammy didn't know it, but it was a logging machine brought in by humans to cut down trees in part of the forest. The machine's loud rumbling sound echoed through the trees, and Sammy felt his heart race. He realized that the machine was cutting down the trees that he and his friends called home. He saw a few fallen trees lying on the ground, their leaves scattered and their branches broken. Sammy felt a surge of fear, but also a strong sense of determination. He knew he had to do something to protect his home. Sammy quickly ran back to tell his friends. He gathered the other squirrels, the birds, the rabbits, and even Bella the owl. Everyone listened. He called out, his voice clear and steady. "There's a machine in the forest, and it's cutting down our trees. We need to stop it before it destroys our home." The animals looked at each other, frightened and unsure. They had never seen a machine before, and they didn't know how to stop something so big and powerful. But Sammy was brave, and he came up with a plan. "If we work together, we can find a way to protect our forest," he said with confidence. Sammy divided the animals into groups. The birds flew up to the treetops to watch the machine and warn the others. If it started moving closer, the rabbits and the squirrels began gathering leaves, sticks, and acorns, creating a huge pile of forest materials to build a barrier. As the machine moved closer, the animals sprang into action. The birds chirped loudly, signaling the other animals that it was time to start their plan. The rabbits and squirrels pushed a pile of sticks and leaves toward the machine, blocking its path. Sammy even tossed acorns at it, hoping to distract it or make it stop. The machine rumbled, and for a moment Sammy worried that their efforts wouldn't work. But then something amazing happened. The humans controlling the machine saw all the animals working together, trying to protect their forest. They were surprised to see so many animals gathered around, bravely defending their home. One of the humans stepped out of the machine and said, "Look at these animals. They don't want us to take their trees." The other humans agreed. They hadn't realized how much the forest meant to the animals living there. After talking it over, the humans decided to leave that part of the forest untouched. They packed up their equipment and moved away, leaving the forest peaceful and safe. Sammy and his friends watched them go, feeling a great sense of relief and pride when the humans were gone. All the animals cheered and celebrated. They had saved their forest. Sammy was the hero of the day, and everyone thanked him for his bravery and his smart plan that evening. Bella, the owl, perched beside Sammy and said, "You were very brave, Sammy. You saw danger, but you didn't run away. You showed everyone that even the smallest among us can make a big difference." Sammy smiled, feeling proud and happy. He realized that he could do great things if he was brave and work with others. From that day on, Sammy was known as the bravest squirrel in the forest, and he continued to explore and protect his home with courage and kindness. And whenever he heard a strange noise, Sammy didn't feel scared anymore. Instead, he was ready to face whatever came his way, knowing that he had friends by his side and a heart full of courage.